That was a huge story, man.
Mhm.
Got me thinking. Since
Mhm.
we're in the mood for this, man, we are in the groove. We're grooving to a level where this is one night that's special because as as a man of God, this was the time where Christ was going to the cross, and it was the moments building up to that. And not to get all into that and be into those spiritually and deep things, but we got a great show tonight. We get ready to bring in another phenomenal author, and a speaker. It's coming to sports and entertainment. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Mark Lanton. How you doing, my brother? Hey, we rolling tonight.
I'm doing great, man, and thank you so much for having me. It's a tough act to follow. Jahai Tucker and Dr. Holloman, those two are very inspiring, and they just had total, total interesting stories, and I was inspired and excited to hear those guys' stories, and you have a great show. Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's jump right into it, man. Who are you and what's your story? I'm gonna leave it this like that. You can talk until you blue in your face. Who are you? What do you do? And what's your story?
Yeah, well, my name is Mark Lanton. I live in Orlando, Florida. Presently, I'm originally from New York. Me and Alfred Cole, both from the same area in New York, from the same neighborhoods. We know the same people. We know the same neighborhoods. Um, but we never knew each other till we joined the army, and we met each other in the army as army boxers. That's how me and Alfred Cole met. And and this was back in 1987 at Fort Hood, Texas, where he was stationed. And we were both army boxers. I was an army champion, armed forces champion, and did a lot of things in boxing. And ended up moving back to New York when I was discharged from the army, and I joined the Air Force Reserves and became a police officer, and ended up relocating to Pensacola, Florida, where Roy Jones lives. And I ended up turning pro out of Roy Jones camp in Pensacola. And at the same time, I was a police officer and in the Air Force Reserves all at the same time. So I had a pretty busy life at one time where basically I had no life, but doing what I did, and I loved it, and I wouldn't replace it for the world. But then after 9/11 happened, I got deployed several times and called active duty, and sent to Iraq a few times and to other parts of the world. As a result of 9/11, and that stopped my boxing because I just didn't felt like I just didn't have it in me anymore, and so I to to make the safest decision, I'll say, I retired from professional boxing, and I've just continued my career as a police officer, and retired from the military in 2010, and now I'm living a life in Orlando, Florida, and I love it down here, and it's always good to be around people like Alfred Cole. We've stayed in touch over the years, and when I come to New York, I visit him in Jersey, and it's always good to see him because we always stay close, and we always stay close with the other guys like Ray Mercer and Coach Merkus, our coaches, and Coach Adams. Uh, these guys are our coaches in the army who everything's we're all like family. So we're all like
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah,
All over the world.
yeah.
It's like I can go several years without seeing someone, and when we see each other after not seeing each other for several years, we just pick up where we left off. It's like
Exactly.
that.
That's true friendship. True friendship. We don't gotta see each other. We ain't gotta be talk to each other, but we
Yeah,
still in the mind and
absolutely.
spirit we connected.
So,
And Mark, I'm just listening to your stuff, man. You have a tremendous story, like as another book, right? As it say, um, but I'm kind of laugh at somebody. It's not nothing to laugh at. We went to war, went to military. Then you come out, figure you try to come out just coming from the military, coming from the war. And you figure like, okay, that's a hard life to live during the war and come back. I'm gonna find something safe and come back. Now you're a police officer. I don't think that's safe. That's something just as safe coming from a war. Then you end up as a police officer. That's not something safe, I don't think. But you did a great job. You had a great life. You have a
So,
that's a
so it's a very rewarding. To me, it was a very rewarding profession. I got a lot out of it, where I help more people than anything else. So that was my reward.
What got you into writing books, man? How did that come?
Well, I never thought about writing a book. I was like I said, I was doing my second tour in Iraq, and I was what's called the superintendent of a medevac unit. So when the wounded soldiers needed to go, they needed to go home because of their wounds. We treated them, stabilized them, and we flew them to the first place when they left Germany, and that was Ramstein, Germany. I mean, when they left Iraq, they went to Ramstein, Germany. So that's what we did. I worked aerospace. I worked aero medicine. So I had a computer. I was and I was reading the Bible one day. I read the Bible regularly, and I was in the book of Revelation, and I came across this verse in Revelation 20:10 where it says, "And the devil who deceived them was cast into the lake of burning sulfur, along with the beast and the false prophet, and they'll be tormented forever and ever." And I don't know what that just for some reason I associated that with boxing. That as believers, our fight is already fixed, using a boxing term. Because when you fix a fight, you already know who's gonna win the fight before the fight starts. So just like us believers, no matter what we go through in life, no matter how much we suffer, as believers, we know we have the victory in the end. So my spirit led me to the idea to write a book, and I just titled it "The Fight Is Already Fixed." And I just used the sport of boxing and a lot of analogies of boxing to write the book. Like the book is 12 chapters. Like a championship boxing match is 12 rounds, and that's used a lot of analogies of boxing to glorify God in the book.
Wow.
And I'm
I
excited about
love it. I love it.
that. Was one of
Al
my
Ice Cold.
Yeah, that was one of my books, but I wrote two books. But yeah, yeah,
Ice.
that's great. Like it all to know that in the books is like phenomenal. I read part of the book before, just like you say that just the analogy how you relate it to boxing and life. 12 rounds and the fight is fixed, already fixed because on God's side, we're not losing. We're not losing, so we're gonna still stay on top. We're gonna be right. We're gonna come out victorious. And that's such a great thing.
Yeah. I mean,
that's right.
um,
And
I truly believe that, man. I truly believe
I
we're
choose.
called to do great things. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like it's kind of strange that Mark, it's like everything happened like Mark and I grew up right next to each other practically, and we didn't never even knew each other. We never knew each other, and we didn't meet until in the
Yeah.
army. Years later, when we was fighting, compelling for the Olympics. And then it's so strange that, as we went on to do the Olympics
Yep.
and do everything, become the world champ, and end up coming back, and then we end up hooking up again with Roy Jones. We was both down there in Pensacola training for our fight. So me and Mark go way back and staying connected without even knowing it.
Yep.
Wow. So, Mark, how can we find your book? Where is it? What's the titles? Let's give you the stage, man, on sports and entertainment with Al Cole and Prince Cree.
Yeah. Well, what? My first book is titled "The Fight Is Already Fixed." This 12-round fight we call life. And my website is www.marklanton.com. That's where you can get the books, or on Amazon or Barnes and Noble. But marklanton.com, you can get a personal signed copy of it. If you want to get it, get a signed copy of it, you can just go to marklanton.com. And my second book, titled "The Executive Meeting: Jesus Christ, Chairman of the Board," and I
Wow.
glorify God in that book also through the lens of corporate America and leadership. And and former presidential candidate Herman Cain wrote the foreword to this book. So I was pretty excited about it when he agreed to write the foreword to it, because that was a strange another story of how Herman Cain got to write the foreword, because I don't know Herman Cain. I don't know how to, and I never knew him before, but I just thought he was the first person on my mind that I would want to write the foreword. So I just went to his website and clicked the little contact link and sent him a message, and they followed up with replying to me, and next thing I know, he's saying, yeah, I'd be honored to write it. I sent him a manuscript. He called me personally and said he'd be honored to write the foreword to my book, and I was just blown away about that. A guy like Herman Cain would contact me like that. Very humble guy, very down to earth guy, and I was just thankful that I got a chance to meet
Respect.
him. Even though he rest in peace now, but yeah, I mean rest in peace. But he was a great guy, and I'm glad that he wrote the foreword to the book.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
I wanted to
But I
just say
also,
something about the word.
I'm also still getting over. Uh,
Go ahead, Al.
Oh, Mark, I know. I just wanted him to repeat and say his name and how people could get in touch or get that book. Just slow or spell it out, because some people like might not even know how to spell. Like, is it Mark with a C or Mark with a K, or Lanton? People need to know how to spell. So can
oh,
you spell it out once
okay,
again?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, you can get the books on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, or you can, if you want an autographed copy of it, you can just go to marklanton.com, MarkLanton.com, and where you can get a personalized, autographed copy of the book, where I'll personally send it to you.
That's good. That's good. Well, Mark,
But
anything you want to
the book,
say? Any shout
the book is
outs?
doing the books are doing well. Well,
That's
I'm
great.
still mourning over the death of my greatest boxer ever in history, marvelous Marvin Hagler. He's the greatest. He's the greatest in my eyes as far as boxers. And I mean, I'm just still mourning, of his death. It's just so sad that a great guy like him, passed away so soon, and you know,
Yes,
Yeah,
under circumstances that he did.
I agree. Ladies and
a very
gentlemen,
sad moment.
Al, any closing words for Mark?
No, no, it's just very. I just name the titles of the book. I just want you to name the titles so people get that stuck in their head, because those titles are awesome.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah,
executive
yeah. The first book, The
executive
Fight
meeting. I
Is Already
like that.
Fixed, and the executive meeting, Jesus Christ, chairman of the board, and they're both easy to understand books. So any age, any kind of person with any kind of interest, would be interested in this kind of a book. And and like I said, I get a lot of feedback from different people all over the world. I mean, because the book is selling in different countries also. So I get messages, because you can contact me through my website, and I get all kinds of messages, praising the book, and what and how people have reacted to my book, and I'm just so thankful that I can do something like that.
Yes.
It's incredible.
It's great.
Well, Mark, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me and Mr. Cole. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you loaning us your gift. We pray for you. We love you to life, and there's nothing you can do about it but love us back. And in the process of loving us back, take a selfie and say to yourself, my life matters to the Lord. God bless you, Mr. Mark. And Lanton, I get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate this brother, this man of God. Al, you, I'm glad you're back, Al, because now I feel in the groove of things and things are looking
Yes,
good.
yes, yes, it is.
He's incredible, man. I like his story. I like he bring God's in the midst of it all, Al.
Yeah, the fix is in because we automatically gonna win. The
I
fix is
love it.
in.
I
We
love that
can't lose.
title.
We can't lose. Put God first, we can't lose. But all the guys that were all and your nephew wasn't he got a
Eugene
great
Holloway,
story. Eugene, yeah,
Jahad Tucker with his upcoming sports stuff.
yeah. So all this
It's
is very good. It's
it's
all very good.
amazing. It's amazing. Glad you're back, Mr. Ice
Yeah.
Cole. Need you
Glad
with.
the connections. Glad for the
I
connection.
call
Just
you
like
Mr. Velcro.
like hey, I don't care, long we strap me up, we sticking together with the Velcro.
You know, I'll talk to anybody, man. I don't care if they're in the grocery store. And me and you got a
Yeah,
lot in common, man. I
yeah.
walk up to
And
the
we don't
stranger
know.
and say,
Right.
"That's some nice stuff right there. How you doing?" And they'll be millionaires. You never know who you gonna walk up against. If that anointing is on you, God will put you in place of millionaires, billionaires, and you don't know who's gonna
Mm,
bless you.
yes, yeah.
Al, we out of here, man. Listen,
Okay,
anything
this
you
is
want to
a
share with
great
your viewers?
show.
You got a lot there, man. You got a lot of
No,
people listening
no,
to
I
you.
just did a lot of, and I just hope people go back and read this and listen. It's, I don't know who these books may encourage or talking to and reaching out to someone. Someone must have been meant to hear some of this stuff.
I agree. With
Yeah,
with Eugene
someone,
going through depression
right,
and Mark from the military in his
right,
stories, how he include Christ into it and God in
right.
the center of it all.
You
Listen,
know, we all had like Mark was a fighter, a boxer, a great, great in the military. He served the country, and like God still has stuff for us, even like Eugene. God still has us things for us to do. He's not finished with us yet.
I agree. And I also know that God is intended for us to work it out with each other, like activate your gift. Always say, get on your mark, get set, and go. You're listening to Sports and Entertainment, talking sports and entertainment with Mr. Al Ice Cole, and I'm his partner, Prince Cree. Until the next episode, we hope that you are in good spirit. We hope that you're celebrating the life of Christ or whoever you serve and whatever you want to do. Keep God first. And tune in next
Amen.
time. Keep us following us and support what we do. Because I'm hanging out with the champ, the legend, Mr. Al Ice Cole.
And
I
we
love you.
hanging out with y'all. So
And
thank
we hanging
y'all.
out
Thank
with
you for
y'all.
coming in.
God bless
Thanks
y'all.
for coming.
Peace. We love y'all.
Peace. God bless.